Good afternoon. Are you ready to find out how to write for Rubric 9? So Rubric 9 is primarily scored with your video evidence, and it's Task 2, Prompt 4B. That's important. Notice it just says 4B. That is because that is the only place in your Task 2 that's associated with Rubric 9. And so if you don't write very much, then there's not much hope that you're going to do well on Rubric 9. So I've used elementary literacy and elementary math as examples. However, we'll talk about how you can use this video to help other content handbooks. So taking a look at Prompt 4B, explain how you modeled the essential literacy strategy and supported students as they practiced or applied the strategy to comprehend or compose text in a meaningful context. So start out by first of all writing, I modeled. That comes straight from the prompt, and this is the essential skill that they're hoping for you to show. So for every content area, there is a subject-specific pedagogy that they're wanting to see. And for literacy, for elementary literacy, it's modeling. So you're modeling the strategy and helping students as they practice and apply the strategy. That's what they want to see you do. So first of all, I modeled the essential literacy strategy, and you put what that was at, and then you put the clip, time, then describe in detail. Or I explicitly taught students how to apply, because it says there, or. So this is either about you modeling the essential literacy strategy, or it's about teaching the students how to apply the strategy, and the clip number and the timestamp. Then you describe in detail. I explicitly taught my students when to apply the essential literacy strategy at. I provided opportunities for practice at. If it was guided practice, point it out because that's a big deal. And then make an argument that this occurred in a meaningful context. This is what you need to do to get a level 3. To get a level 3, you need to begin by answering here or here. So these things, in order to show proficiency, are not negotiable. You need to do one or the other. And to get a 4, you need to pay attention to how and when you teach the students how to apply strategy. I explicitly taught the students when to apply the strategy, and make an argument about your meaningful context. With math, it's very much similar, except we're using a different content area, and it's explain how you used representations. Now, representations are going to be manipulatives, models, tools, diagrams, charts. How did you use representations to support students' understanding and use of mathematical concepts? So for a 3, I used representations in ways that help students understand mathematical concepts at, clip, timestamp, describe in detail. Or I provided opportunities for students to use representations in ways that deepen understanding of mathematical concepts. To get a 4, you want to facilitate interactions among students as they develop these strategies. So, for example, the students are using their representations. You're getting them involved in talking about it, asking questions, digging deeper, and then you're facilitating interactions among the students. So you want them talking to each other as they decide, when to apply the representations, so as they develop, as they deepen and extend their understanding of mathematical concepts. So getting some good footage of them using and getting involved with the representations. Some examples. So this is a literacy example, and notice the bolding. I explicitly taught students how to apply the essential literacy strategy on clip 2, 620 to 705. I taught students how to apply when I provided my students opportunities for guided practice. I would consider this guided practice, and then she goes ahead and defends that. Notice she has bolded, comprehend, meaningful context. And here's a math one. I use representations in a way to help students understand. I provided opportunities for students to use representations. Here is the literacy rubric 9. How does the candidate support students to learn, practice, and apply the essential literacy strategy for comprehending or composing text in a meaningful context? Well, first of all, you want to make sure you get a level 3 by modeling the strategy and giving opportunities for practice. But if you can do a little bit more, if you can explicitly teach the students how to apply the strategy and provide opportunities for guided practice, then you get a 4. If your students aren't engaged and you have no opportunities for practice, you can't even get a level 3. To get a level 5, you need to do 4. Teach how to use the strategies and have opportunities for guided practice. To get a 4, not only do you teach how, but you teach when to apply the strategy. Rubric 9 for elementary math. How does the candidate use representations to develop students' understanding of mathematical concepts? So again, here it is. The candidate uses representations in ways that help students understand. So using the representations to help the students with concepts. If it's vague or superficial, it's going to be a 2. It needs to be really clear that you know what you're doing. It's very intentional. Level 4, you give opportunities to help students with the concepts. You provide opportunities to use representations in ways that deepen student understanding of the concepts. And then to get a 5, you do the 4 plus facilitating interactions among the students as they develop or apply representations in ways that deepen and extend their understanding of mathematical concepts. I highly recommend that you take the time to look at your understanding rubric level progressions for rubric 9 and read the more detailed description of what a level 3 looks like and how a candidate can move from a level 3 to a level 4 and from a 4 to a 5. There's often even examples. So that concludes our time together for prompt 4B, rubric 9. I hope it's helpful to you. If you're secondary ed, then when you read yours, you just use the subject-specific pedagogy is the only thing that's different from yours than from the literacy or the math. So when you're looking at your rubric, pay attention to what you need to be demonstrating according to your own subject-specific pedagogy. Have a good day.